What's going on, gun lovers? It's Rizzo. We're back today, and we're trying to tackle a scenario that no owner ever wants to face. But you gotta be prepared for. All right, so you kind of defended yourself in a life threatening situation, and now it's time to call 911. We're gonna walk through how to handle this call without putting your freedom at risk. All right, let's get to it. All right, so you're in the aftermath of a self defense shooting. All right, the threats neutralized, your adrenaline's through the roof. Now making 911 call is about to be your first interaction with the justice system. All right, so what do you say? How do you say what you say, and how you say it could impact the rest of your life. All right, so imagine this: you're stuck in the middle of a kind of heart pounding, sweat dripping scenario you've only ever dreamed about. All right, you had to draw your gun and use it. That's the cold, hard, shake the body to the core reality. But hey, you're breathing. You alive. You can still taste the gunpowder in the air. You can feel your heart doing the freaking tango with adrenaline. The threat neutralized. It was a you or them moment. All right. You were standing your ground, but now you have a crucial call to make. You got to call the police.
Somebody call 911.
All right, okay.
All right, but hold up though. It's not just about calling 911 and blurting out the first thing that comes to your jacked up brain. All right, what you're about to step into is a minefield of legal scrutiny. Every word, every detail, everything you offer up is going to be picked apart by the police, maybe even prosecutors, potentially a jury down the line. All right, your 911 call isn't just about a cry for help. It's the opening line of your interaction with the justice system. Remember that. Say the wrong thing, and you can find your words being looped on the evening news, painting you as the villain in your own survival story.
Man, that's messed up, bro.
All right, so now is not the time to lose your cool. All right, the stakes, they couldn't be higher. It's not about what happened in those life or death minutes. It's about the rest of your life hanging on the words you choose while your nerves are still buzzing from the showdown. So take a breath, focus, and remember, this call could shape your future. Don't screw it up.
So don't screw it up, all right?
All right, so let's talk about where 911 actually came from. The whole idea of punching in a three-digit lifeline started across the pond, all right, with our good friends over in the UK when they came up with their 999 call system. Fast forward to the 60s under the Johnson administration, and the U.S. decided that they wanted a little piece of that action. So the FCC, with a little help from AT&T, cooked up the 911 call system. And not long after that, states across the country started rolling out their own networks. All right. So by the time Reagan was leaving the White House, I say about half of America could hit up 911 in a pinch. And you fast forward to the day, it's really a rare spot that isn't covered by some version of the 911 system. The National Emergency Number Association says there's over 3,000 911 call centers across the United States with a whopping 240 million calls for help each year. It's a lot of calls. That's why police aren't going to be there when the criminal is, all right?
Only you can save yourself.
All right, so if the dust is settled and the coast is clear, it's time to make that phone call to 911. Let's talk about what we do.
All right, well, let's do it.
All right, so let's get one thing straight, all right, from the get-go. Your first move in the aftermath is dialing 911, all right? Think about it as it's like it's part of your I just had to use my gun handbook. You can make one of those, all right? Why? All right, for starters, there's a solid chance somebody's hurt. You had to use your gun, somebody's hurt, and needs medical help. But there's more to it. Picture this scenario, going to court. Your phone records are up for grab, and if the first call you didn't make was the 911, it's not going to look good for you, all right? These calls aren't just chit-chats. They're your first handshake with the justice system, all right? Trust me, in the public throwdowns, which most of these incidents are, they're very public, all right? You might not be the first caller, but you got to be in the mix. Ideally leading the charge. You want to be the first one to call 911. If not the first one, you want to be one of the first. Immediately after, Whatever happens, you secure the scene. Call 911.
Look, man, I'll call 911 right now.
All right, so realize this is where the plot thickens. All right, because the second your call hit 911, the recording starts. All right, doesn't start when they answer the phone. All right, even before you get a hello, that means every sigh, every curse, every muttered word is caught on tape. Just imagine mumbling something regrettable out of sheer adrenaline and having it replayed in court. Not a good look. You know, he deserved it. Shouldn't he? Do not say anything while you're dialing that phone. All right, don't do it.
And most importantly, you don't say anything stupid, and we will be fine.
All right, so given the high stakes, when you're all sorts of shaking up, keeping it simple and straight is key. We're gonna do your breakdown of what you're gonna do, but basically you're gonna give them your name, address, a short statement, just tell the truth what happened, ask for help, disconnect. All right, that's it. Remember that.
And don't you forget it.
All right, so the first thing you're gonna do is give them your name. Just give them your name. No alias. Being upfront is kind of the best thing you can do. Next thing you want to do is give them your address, a location. Real quick, where are you? Make sure you can spit this out so help knows where to find you. And remember, being precise saves life and time. So tell them, where you are. All right, so you want to give a short statement asking for help. Keep you cool, stick to the basics. There's been a shooting, that'll do a lot of times. Diving into dramatic that monologue, save it for your memoirs, all right? And yeah, request help. Maybe even request 2 ambulances if possible. If things went south for both you and the other guy, you may want to request help for both. All right, so some people may give you suggest to give a little bit more information. You say you're a victim of a crime. What services are needed? Police, EMS, fire. A general description of what you're wearing to avoid any confusion. You kind of let them know what you have on, so they know when they get there. I'm a 5'10" black male wearing a white shirt with this great Ophidian tactical logo on it. And just essential logistical information you may need to convey. Like you had an intruder held at gunpoint in your living room. You got him at gunpoint. You might want to let them know that. But in saying all that, you want to give them as little information as possible. All right, you just do not give them a lot of information. Just the basics, and be done with it. All right. After that, disconnect, cut it up, hang up the phone. All right. Sounds cold, but once you've shared the essentials, it's time to cut the cord. All right. The longer you're on the phone with 911, the more you might slip up. All right. So cut it right there.
I said hang up the goddamn phone.
And think about it this way. Dispatch is gonna be like a persistent ex-girl or boyfriend. All right. They really want to keep the conversation going, but your next move is staying mom and waiting for the pros to show up. So in the end, remember, this call could be the difference between a nod of understanding and a gavel of judgment. All right. Keep it tight, keep it right, and then let the silence speak. One thing you can do that I forgot to mention is expect them to call back a lot. They're going to be calling back because they want to keep you on the line, because they want to get as much information as they can. So nothing. Once you give them your name, the address, and a brief description of what happened, you hang up, do not answer the phone at all. That's it. That's what you gave them. You may not be their best friend, but you're not trying to be their best friend. You're trying to stay out of jail, so you give them the information that you need to give them. All right, so the aftermath of a defensive shooting can be chaotic and stressful, but knowing how to handle that 911 call can make all the difference in the world. All right, so just remember, after ensuring your safety and the scene is safe, the next thing you want to do after calling 911 is to call an attorney that is well versed in self-defense cases. That's not the first, but the first thing you want to do after calling 911 is call an attorney.
Do yourself a favor. Call your lawyer. You're going back to...
All right, so we've made that crucial 911 call. Now it's time to ring up somebody who knows their way around the courtroom. Okay, it's gonna be your attorney. If you packing heat, you got a legal eagle on speed dial. It isn't just smart to have it; it's essential. All right, for those rolling with USCCA, you got a golden ticket. Flip that membership card over, and there's your lifeline, ready and waiting 24/7 to drive into the legal trenches with you. They give me a sponsorship for that one. All right, so when you get that turn on the line, here's how to play it. Keep cool, find some privacy, and lay it all out straight. All right, staying calm isn't just for your benefit; it helps your attorney kind of get a clear picture of where they need to start building your defense. So kick off with the who, the where. Now how to reach you in a pinch, just the basic information is what you're going to give your attorney. All right, so privacy is key. All right, guess what? The magical attorney client privilege, it doesn't work if you got an audience. So if you can find a spot away from prying ears to chat, do that. Honesty, non-negotiable. You got to be honest. Tell your attorney everything. Your conversation with your lawyers are a safe space. Spill the beans, the good, the bad, the ugly, because they need to feel to hear the full story to kind of navigate the storm of what's coming. And remember, we're saying privacy. If somebody else can overhear what you said to your attorney, attorney-client privilege really doesn't matter because somebody else heard what you're saying. All right, so like I'm saying, you tempted to unload every last detail and just a breathless just hold up, stop, hold up. All right, so while getting it off your chest may feel good, it's about as helpful as a screen door on a submarine. All right, your lawyer's going to zero in with some questions, like if the police is showing up, if you got a moment of peace to talk, tune in to their advice. Listen to what the lawyer's saying. Answer straight, and remember, every question is a stepping stone to building your best defense. I kind of reiterating what we were saying earlier. Don't start chatting up a storm with anyone you wouldn't want to see later spilling the beans in court. Why? You want to keep the number of people who can tell their version of the story as low as possible. Stick to talking to your attorney honestly. Witnesses can be about as predictable as a coin toss. Don't go dragging anyone around trying to stage the scene. Please do not stage the scene like you're directing a movie or something. Yeah, don't do it. That's not a bad look. That's a horrible look. It's a straight ticket to complicating your case and your life. All right. Another golden nugget: hands off the body. If you were just in a self-defense shooting and you had to shoot somebody, do not touch them. All right. Messing with the scene screams guilty. Louder than words. It's just guilty. You're gonna get extra charges. All right. Plus, you got the cleanup bill, whatever. But yeah, you mess with the scene, you may get off on the self-defense, but you're gonna get other charges. So let's not do that. All right. Let's not do it. All right, but let's talk about playing doctor to the attacker. The attacker, all right? If you're going to do that, tread carefully, all right? On one hand, patching someone up that you've just defended yourself against might seem like the humane thing to do. Here's the kicker. Doing so might muddle your claim that you were scared for your life. And don't you think for a second that a crafty prosecutor won't use that against you, painting it as a guilty conscience. You shot him. You didn't want to shoot him. He broke in your house. You help him out afterwards, and they say, well, he felt guilty about shooting him. These guys are slick. If you want to be practical, who's to say the attacker wasn't flying solo? So it's best to keep your guard up, eyes peeled until the police get there. So just kind of, not saying, keep your gun on them, holding somebody at the scene, but you just kind of want to pay attention to what's going on. Because if you wasn't the only attacker, somebody else may be there waiting for their moment. All right, so picking up the phone, dialing help, and then zipping it as the 911 operator tries to get as many details may seem awkward. As awkward as what, a silent movie with no subtitles. I just watched a foreign movie with subtitles. Ugh, hate them. And the cops showing up to a symphony of silence from you might not make you their favorite person, like we said before. But here's the thing: your main gig is to protect number one. That's you. That's you. You're number one. It isn't about their feeling. It's about shielding yourself from the storm of a trial that may be brewing on the horizon. All right, silence is golden, and in this case, it's a bit of a life saving. So we already talked about why you zipping it. We'll break it down a little bit. Number one, you being quiet because you can. All right, the beauty of silence is it's your rock solid right. A fortress given to you by the justice system that no prosecutor can breach. They can't even drop a hint to the jury that you chose to keep your lips sealed. So screw them. Oh, soapbox again, didn't it? All right, so second, think of silence as your new best friend in the aftermath. All right, it may not have the cool factor of a sleek firearm, but trust me, it's your ace in the hole. All right, now that you're stepping into legal quicksand, it buys you the precious time you need to catch your breath, process the whirlwind, and then hash out the nitty gritty with your attorney so you can present the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. All right. Number three, it's a truth universally acknowledged and hammered home by every crime drama on TV. That anything you can, I can't talk. Anything you say can and will be used you in a court of law. In the immediate aftermath, when the world kind of seems upside down, people, including juries, tend to believe you're more likely to be speaking straight from the heart, for better or for worse. You can only screw things up by talking. Silence, that's your polish making the facts shine. I'm killing it today. Don't hand over your ammo against yourself. All right, do not do it. The one person you should be opening up to is your lawyer. He's the only one, he or she, only one in your corner. All right. Fourth, let's be real. Let's keep it real. In the heat of the moment, with adrenaline pumping, your chances of playing it perfectly straight with your recollections are terrible. They are horrible. Your senses are in overdrive. Your memory might decide to take a little vacation. And that'll make accuracy and detail as elusive as a shadow in the dark. I'm rolling. All right, so the echo of these life-altering moments, remember, silence isn't just a strategy. It's your constitutional right. It's a safeguard for everyone, not just the folks in the orange jumpsuits on TV. All right. In the blur of adrenaline and chaos, your pulse is racing, your thoughts are scattered. That silence may just be the steadying hand you need. All right. Making it through a life or death showdown may feel like you just dodged the Grim Reaper. Buckle up. Your real battle may just be getting started. All right. Don't kid yourself into thinking it can't happen to me, or that the folks on the other end of that 911 call, or even the folks with the badges, gavels, and law books are automatically in your corner. They're not. You might be on a first name basis with the sheriff, who's the salt of the earth, but don't forget, when votes on the line, your friendship may weigh lighter than you hope. All right, so here's the straight shot. There's no cookie cutter guide to navigating what comes out the defense shooting. All right, if there was, lawyers wouldn't be a thing. All right. The number of ways this could play out is as vast as the stars, and trying to do a what if every scenario is like trying to count grains of sand on the beach. You can't do it. What you got to do is stick to the core advice we just gave you. All right. Maybe give this piece another once over, pass it around to your crew, treat it with the same seriousness as a training session at the range. Don't just listen to me. There are plenty of videos out there about what to do on calling 911. You know, we just rehashing the same information over and over, maybe switching up a little bit here or there. I know some people got acronyms on what to do. I didn't come up with an acronym, so I didn't give you one. But I just gave you the information. It's out there. Listen to it. This is what you do. All right, so hopefully that spread a little insight on what to do when it comes time to call 911. All right, we doing these little things in like a little podcast type vibe. We are thinking about doing a podcast, doing a couple of lives. So if you got some story ideas you want to do, come up with the first one we're going to do a live about whether the illegals should have firearms. We'll talk about that. All right, but until then, you guys stay safe, shoot straight, keep training. We'll get at you later. Peace.